Hey everyone, today we're diving into some intense news from the Middle East. On Tuesday, Iran launched a massive ballistic missile attack against Israel, targeting key security and military installations. This was a retaliation for Israel's recent killing of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and other figures. This is a major escalation, folks. Iran fired hundreds of missiles, launching a wave of fear and uncertainty across Israel. Air raid sirens blared throughout the country, sending millions scrambling to shelters. While Israel's Iron Dome defense system intercepted many of the missiles, some did hit central and southern areas of the country. Thankfully, there were no immediate reports of casualties, but the impact on the ground was profound. Iran's mission to the United Nations issued a stark warning of crushing blows if Israel retaliated. This aggressive rhetoric shows just how fragile the situation is. The initial attack seems to be over for now, but the US warned that any further strikes would be considered incredibly escalatory. The international community quickly responded. The United States reaffirmed its support for Israel's right to defend itself, but urged restraint to avoid a full-blown war. Meanwhile, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called for an immediate ceasefire, emphasizing the need to avoid an all-out conflict. The UAE even announced a $100 million aid package for Lebanon, highlighting the growing humanitarian crisis. Despite these calls for peace, Israel has launched a ground operation into southern Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah infrastructure. Israeli officials describe the operation as limited and localized, but it's a significant escalation nonetheless. The international community is on high alert, wary of a wider regional war. Now let's talk about the humanitarian crisis. The situation in Gaza is particularly dire. The UNRWA has warned of a looming crisis, with winter approaching and over 2 million displaced people lacking basic necessities. The UN has called for unimpeded access for humanitarian aid to Gaza through the Rafah crossing, but delivering aid remains a huge challenge due to security concerns and logistical hurdles. Meanwhile, Israel's ground operation in Lebanon continues, with reports of Israeli troops engaging in sporadic raids and targeting Hezbollah strongholds. The full extent of this incursion isn't clear yet, but there are growing concerns about civilian casualties and further escalation. The situation remains fluid, and international observers are closely monitoring every development. This conflict is rapidly evolving, and the stakes are incredibly high. Both sides are deeply entrenched, and the international community is doing everything it can to prevent a full-scale war. Keep an eye on this story, folks. It's far from over, and the implications could be far-reaching. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay informed. Thanks for watching.